The best duo is not this one. Listen up. After Tyrese Halliburton's buzzer beater in Game 2, I made a video apologizing for some horrible things I said to him. Why? We love you for you. Stop trying to beat Tyrese Halliburton. Nobody's trying to see that sorry swing shit. Shoot the ball. But then Game 3 happened and I couldn't control myself. I took it all back and probably made it worse. Much worse. And then today, well, let's just say I didn't see this coming. If someone told me that the Pacers were going to be up as much as 44 points and blow out Cleveland by 20, I'd probably want to say you are freaking crazy. That is, until I watched it happen. And now all I want to say is I don't care. I mean, come on, man. You beat the Cavs, bro. Woo woo. Congratulations, I guess. See, if anybody else had a convincing win against the Cavs that brought them up 3-1, I would be excited for their future and probably even start looking at their next potential matchups to see how they fare up against their next opponent. But not just anybody else beat the Cavs last night. The Indiana Pacers did. And what that tells me is the Pacers aren't this amazing team. This is more than likely just a testament to Cleveland being overrated, injured, and just regular season merchants. If Cleveland actually loses a series, they must have been horrible all along. I mean, they've got to be. Do you know how bad you have to be to let a guy whose jump shot looks like this beat you? Their front office is probably working on trade packages as we speak. And to the diehard Pacer fans, damn bro, you guys had one good shooting night and forget how to act, huh? I had Pacer fans tagging me in my last Cavs video talking crazy. And this video is directed towards them. Listen, man. I'm not like these other cats. I keep receipts, dog. And more importantly, I got time on my hands. You don't want to do this back and forth stuff with me. When New York or Boston whoops you in the conference finals, I will deadass tag every single one of you back. And I want to see if you keep that same energy. And now that I've got that out the way, let's talk hoops real quick. But first, make sure to subscribe and hit that like button below. Because if you don't, I'm going to personally make sure that Nico Harrison is your next GM. And trust me, nobody wants that. The Cavs got their ass whooped in more ways than one. It was all around a pretty terrible effort offensively as well as defensively. But don't get it twisted, their biggest struggle came from their schemes defensively. The Cavs' game plan going into last night's game was to stick with the zone and force the Pacers to kill them with their shooting. And although that sounds crazy, the reason they wanted to give it a shot is it worked pretty well in Game 3 in Cleveland. But guess what? Game 4 was not in Cleveland. And as you know, role players tend to play exceptionally better at home versus on the road. And that pretty much sums up what happened. Everybody was hitting shots for Indiana. And when I say everybody, that is not hyperbole. I watched Thomas freaking Bryant take and make a corner three. In that first half alone, the Pacers took 18 threes and made 12 of them. Also, they shot 60% from the field. Meanwhile, the Cavs couldn't get much going for them outside of Garland and Mitchell in that first half. At halftime, the Cavs were shooting 25% from the field as well as 26% from three. Also, the score is 80-39 at this point, so yeah. During the second quarter, Donovan Mitchell sprained his left ankle, and it must have been pretty bad because the rest of the Cavs starters stayed on the floor and kept fighting, but Mitchell never came back. You never want to see anybody get injured, especially in the playoffs, so good luck to Donovan Mitchell. As for the Pacers' pros and cons, one of the pros is that after last night's game, they became only the 10th team in NBA playoff history and second this week to score 80 points in the first half of a playoff game. The other one being OKC, who scored 87 in Game 2 against Denver. That's pretty cool. And about their cons, they had none. Quite frankly, they looked unstoppable. I don't think they can have games like these consistently, but hey, when they do, they can pretty much beat anybody on any given night when shooting that well, man. They had some real flamethrowers on them tonight. And for Cleveland's pros, I genuinely can't name a single one. If I had to choose one just for the sake of picking one, it would probably be DeAndre Hunter getting his revenge on Benedict Mathurin. Mathurin has kind of been picking on Hunter all series long, and today he took it too far. He straight up punched DeAndre on the side of his stomach with a closed fist. It was clearly not a basketball play, and there's no place for this in sports. And Hunter responded just about as well as you'd expect the guy who just got punched by his coworker to respond. DeAndre straight up chest pushed him, knocking Mathurin to the floor, and I think the refs handled this well. They gave DeAndre a technical foul and ejected Mathurin from the game, which was the right thing to do. I know it wasn't a super hard punch and you mostly just did it to get under Hunter's skin rather than hoping to actually hurt Hunter, but it would set a pretty insane precedent going forward if players could just get away with close fist punching other players. But yeah, I'd say Hunter standing up for himself here is just about the only thing resembling a fighting spirit we saw out of the Cavs in Game 4. And as for the Cavs' cons, where do I start? The Cavs didn't take the lead a single time. It was tied once, but other than that, the Pacers were up all 48 minutes. When you're down 40 plus points, there's never one single thing you can point to that can justify the scoreboard. You just gotta wash it and come focus in Game 5. I wouldn't even recommend watching the film of this game if I was the Cavs. There is quite literally nothing you can learn from that game. You did everything wrong. Your zone defense failed you. You took too long to make the proper adjustments. The guys weren't communicating super well with each other. I mean, shit, your towel boy and water boys probably made some mistakes out there. If I was Cleveland's head coach Kenny Atkinson, I'm going into that locker room and telling the guys to scratch this game from their memories, have some uncomfortable conversations as a team, and grow from this. So yeah, I think the Cavs are probably cooked, but I still don't think the Pacers are real threats to actual great teams like the Celtics or the Knicks. Also, if you are actually interested in who I think is the best duo in this playoffs right now, I would love to go with Steph and playoff Jimmy, but due to Steph's hamstring injury, we haven't got a chance to see them at their full potential quite yet. So instead, I've got to go with Jalen Brunson and Karl Anthony Towns. Anyways, that's what I think. But you let me know if you think I'm underselling Halabum and the Indiana Pacers down in the comments below. Also, feel free to write who you believe is the best playoff duo remaining. And as always, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and turn those noties on. Matista signing out!